Brought to you by Hallow, the world's #1 prayer app.
When we go out, it turns into these, what I call for him, a tantrum. You know, the kids can see it and hear it and stuff, and it's just so hard. I don't know how to navigate through it. Like when we're just loading up the car.
Give me an example.
And it's, well, he'll say, well, great, everyone's out today, and because we do things on the weekends. And, I'm not the only one that had this idea. And then, I should be working instead of out, doing this. And,
so sometimes when I pull into a parking lot of a restaurant that I really wanted to eat at and it's packed, I will say, oh, good, I'm the only one who had this idea today.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of being silly. I'm kind of being annoyed, but not annoyed at anything in particular, but just the fact that everyone else likes a great restaurant too. Like, so is he being silly or is he being an immature brat?
No, he's making it. Yeah, he's being a, what you would say, a brat. He, is like, why do I have to do this all like every weekend? And their kids are pretty small; they're toddlers, and he'll go on to say, this is, for you, what you like to do, and because they're not going to remember. So what's the point? This is a waste of time, and we shouldn't be spending the money anyway. And he just keeps going on. And
okay, so why do you keep inviting him?
Well, I'm expecting our fourth, and then like for family things, I find around where we live, it's nice to have him on the weekends so he can, kind of play with the kids. And
he doesn't want to. He doesn't like this life.
Yeah. It's hard because I thought he did. Because sometimes when we do go out, he does enjoy himself, so that just makes it hard. So I guess I'm.
What does he say when? Have you ever sat down not on a weekend and just talked through like, hey, what's going on? I feel like you don't like to be around us. You don't like the life that we're creating together. What's going on?
Well, he works from home, and he says he needs to be out, working and doing things for us for, our financial stability. And then whatever we do on the weekends takes away from that.
Is he just saying that indiscriminately, or have y'all sat down and worked out your family finances and realized, okay, with a fourth on the way, we need to make some extra money during a season?
We haven't, actually. Okay. No.
So, have you ever heard me talk about pictures and words before?
No.
Okay. So, I think one of the easiest ways to distill down 99% of marriage conflict is this idea that we think in pictures, but we speak in words.
Okay.
And so, for instance, your husband says, I'll do something with the family this weekend. And you say, let's do something with the family this weekend.
Okay.
You have a very clear picture in your mind about what you think that's going to look like. Y'all are going to be singing in the car. The kids are going to be well behaved. Y'all are going to go get ice cream or breakfast or whatever you're doing. Like, y'all are going to go do some things together, go to a park and play.
Mm-hmm.
He has a picture of something totally different. And so the first time somebody cuts him off in traffic, or the first time he goes to the first place y'all wanted to go and it's full, and you see what I'm saying? Like, you miss each other in the night.
Okay.
And so, or he'll say something like, hey, finances are kind of tight. Well, you'll think, okay, I'll just order water instead of Diet Coke. And he's thinking, we're $10,000 short right now. And he's trying to shoulder it all without
Right.
the skills to communicate or the desire to communicate with you the actual situation.
Okay.
And so often couples sitting down and saying, okay, we're about to have child number 4. Our life as we knew it is about to be over again. We're about to rebuild something new.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it feels like we have a life that we can't afford because you're concerned about money to the point that you don't want to be around your family.
Okay.
You work from home, yet we can only do things as a family on the weekends. And it rarely seems to bring you joy.
Mm.
I want to build a life that you want to be a part of, and I want to build a life that I want to be a part of.
Right.
And so a conversation that my wife and I have every single day, one of us will ask, hey, what's your picture for today look like? Because what we were doing is we would say things like, hey, I'm going to come home. I'll be home a little bit later tonight. Well, in my head, I'm going to get off work because I have media until 6:30, and then I'm going to go grab some dinner with a couple of coworkers, and then I'm going to go to band practice. I'm not going to get home till 9.
Mm-hmm.
For my wife, she has a picture of me being a little late home tonight at 6 instead of 5:30. So she just bumps dinner back, and the whole family's sitting around waiting. And so we say,
right. I get it.
what's
Yeah.
your picture of today look like? And I'll say, I've got this, and I've got this, and I've got this, and I've got this. Okay, great. We're going to have dinner at 5:30 without you. Great. And so you and your husband sit down and saying, okay, we get to map out what this thing looks like. We get to build what it looks like. And you have to be clear when you want to go out on a weekend and you have a particular thing that you need. Like I've been in the house all day with all these kids and I'm pregnant again and I need fresh air. I need to move and I need a break from the kids. You need to be able to say, I need a break from the kids. And he needs to be able to say, I've got to work a second job to get some extra money right now. We need to hire a middle schooler to come over and just play with the young ones for a little bit. Because we can't afford a full-time sitter, but we can afford a middle schooler to come over for a minute. Or we need your sister to come over, or somebody from church to come over. Like we need to figure that part out. But it's you guys saying what you need. And you need to sit down and do a weekly or a monthly budget with him together. So you have an idea of what the finances are, of what kind of stress he's under. And if he says, I need to be working, but actually he's just sleeping in on Saturday mornings and then watching football all day, well, there's a mismatch. So your pictures and words aren't aligning. But this feels like it kind of feels blobby. You never want to be around us. I'm always around you. Yeah, but you never feel like but I never. And so no one's being specific about what they actually want, what they actually need, and giving the other person an opportunity to say, I can meet those wants and needs, or I'm not going to meet those wants and needs, and here's why. And that's a more vulnerable conversation. But y'all are there now, because here's what's happening. You are doing what you know to do, just harder. Let's do weekend stuff together or more. And he is doing what he knows to do, which is to complain, go, act like kind of a toddler, throw a temper tantrum, louder and more. And what's going to happen is you're going to find somebody somewhere that gives you a little bit of peace. You're all going to start ending up co-managers of a pretty wild household. You got 4 kids. Y'all are outnumbered 2-1. You're going to start being good co-managers of your house, but you're going to miss each other in the night. And so I want you guys to take a small retreat, get together. It can be a Saturday, it can be a Sunday. Talk about money. Talk about adding kid number 4. Talk about what you want your house to look like in 5 years, what you want your house to feel like in 5 years. And then be very specific about things like, hey, I miss you. I feel like every time we do things together, you're just annoyed. Is there something I can do to bring some more joy to our time together? I feel like you're stressed about money a lot. And he can talk to you about what he's experiencing, using the word I. I'm experiencing you more frustrated than usual. I'm experiencing you more tired than usual, whatever the words are. And y'all can get to the root of what's actually going on. I'm really grateful for the call, Amy. I'm going to send you a copy of Building a Non-Anxious Life as my gift. I want y'all to use that as a roadmap for your house. You have a chaotic, anxious house as is, and if there's money stress on top of it and marriage stress on top of it and any sort of other clutter or chaos or lack of sleep or any of those things that come with having 4 young kids, this will give you a roadmap that y'all can work together to build a house that's not anxious and thereby give you an opportunity to have a house that's full of peace. Download the Hallow app today and get 3 free months at hallow.com/Delony.